Nerds. Just sitting around talking about stuff. The Burg Nerds. This is the Burg Nerds. Just sitting around talking about shit.
Hello, friends and fellow nerds, and welcome back to another episode of the Burg Nerds, the only podcast that will set your country music award on fire. How's everybody doing this week? I'm Jeremy.
I'm Lee.
Eddie.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Joe.
Yeah, and we're the Burg Nerds, your favorite podcast that's recorded in this town.
Yeah.
I think it's still the only one.
I hope so.
I almost died on the way here.
Tell me about it.
127 yard sales are going on.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
I know.
And somebody
gypsies.
swerved because
Well,
there
by the
was
time
like...
someone hears this episode, they won't be going on, so we just go ahead and say
Well, it
that.
depends on how we put them up online. So,
Fair enough.
somebody swerved because they saw, I guess, like a $1 clown figurine.
Yeah.
No, broken trampoline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bloody mattress. That
Hey,
was just
man,
my ex-girlfriend's
I
pad.
got the, hey, all the bed bug eggs off of it. Ain't
Yeah,
no
they
bed
will
bug.
spray all the bed bug eggs
We even
off
tore
of
the
it.
bottom off of it and sprayed in there.
Windex takes care of everything.
That's right. They sealed it in duct tape.
If you're from this area, Frankfurt, anywhere along that 127 corridor, you know what we're talking about. It's the most miserable fucking time of the year around this place.
Yeah, it's hot as balls. I'm sitting here like trying to drive home from work, and fucking
It's the fucking redneck Christmas time.
seriously, fucking bumper to bumper traffic, and my fucking sack is sticking to my leg like crazy glue, and I got to deal with these hillbilly inbred sons of bitches slamming on their brakes because they fucking saw a get her done hat that they fucking would.
And they're parking right beside the big flashing sign that says "Do not park on
I know.
shoulders."
Yeah, like it happened to me today. Actually, some fucking asshole slammed on his brakes to hit a fucking 127 yard sale. So he pulled his atrocious fucking dumb hippie fuckface with wraparound shades right in there and slammed on the fucking brakes right in front of me because he needed a Who Farted shirt or something. It's fucking stupid and it pissed me off.
Or a backup pair of truck nuts.
Yeah, you gotta have
Oh.
balls to hang from the back of your oversized compensating
Why don't they
truck.
have like truck labias?
Oh.
Angie actually has one on hers car. She's like, if you look on the back of her car, she doesn't have the balls. She just has like like a labia hanging down from the back of it. It's really cool, actually. But sometimes I put the balls on the back of my truck and I just rear end back into her car over and over.
Got the truck hunt.
Oh.
So here we are with a very special 127 yard sales edition.
I was actually telling my mother yesterday. I was like, we're going to set up at the 127 yard sale.
And just interview random toothless fucking idiots.
Please.
Just interview a bunch of random slackjaws walking by looking for fucking God knows
So
what.
what kind of deals you get?
How much did you pay for that old Texaco sign?
I got me 4 Stone Cold comics.
Yes.
And it would be Eddie.
Yeah.
And as
I had to
such, I have picked the absolute worst time to buy a car.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going to have that car for longer than a week, man. It's going to be over at Heda.
Yay, warranty.
God, I tell you, man, I remember like last year, I decided to just go for the hell of it. I was off, so I went to where there wasn't a lot of people, and I just saw the most random thing. It was these little like postcards with drawn birds on them, and I just wanted to be like, because everything's overpriced at these things. You don't get a deal.
Oh, they love their shit. Yeah, they love it.
And so there was like 3 of them. And I'm thinking, you can get these 3 for like maybe like $5.
What was it, like some stationery or something?
It was just like these little postcards, but they're like thin paper, thinner than what your invitations are made out of.
Yeah.
And they were just these birds that were on it, and just printed, looked like mass printed and stuff. And I was like, "How much for this?" The person goes, $15 for each. I go,
Wow.
I go,
Fucking serious.
I go, cents?
Were they like first edition?
I don't know.
First edition
It
postcards.
said Flair Ultra 1991.
It was like the first appearance of Wolverine postcard or something.
And I was like this going, 15 cents? They go, no, $15. It's like, for what? I mean, seriously, it was about the size of your invitation.
And then they had the nerve to be offended when you
They go, well, are you going to buy it? I go, no.
you try to haggle them, like, I'll give you $12 for it.
No, I was like, no, and I threw him down and I walked away.
It's mad. Just
I wa-
mad.
It was stupid. And I was like, you gypsies are dumb.
Gypsies.
Fucking gypsies.
Dude, that's all I call them is gypsies. That's all they are to me.
Tramps and thieves.
Could have been on ruled paper.
Well, I used to work at a hotel and have to put up with these fuckface cousin fuckers coming in there. Fucking bar rooms. They would, man. These fucking hillbilly shit faces would come in and they would like try to haggle with me over the price of the room.
Like you were part of the 127 yard sale.
Yeah, like, this hotel is only here for the 127 yard sale. I have a job 1 week out of the year.
Is that like that? Did that one lady call that one night? For the
Yeah,
127?
we were sold out, and the lady with the speech impediment called. And I got to tell the story. This is funnier than hell.
Yeah.
She calls,
I was there when she called.
and I do my little spiel. This is the hotel name, blah, blah, blah. How can I help you? And she says, do you guys have any wombs tonight? And, of course, immediately I went, and I was like, no, we don't. It's the 127 yard sale, so naturally, we're sold out. We're packed in here, fucking sweating and stinking on top of each other. And but I told her, I said, no, we don't have any rooms available tonight. And there was like this long, benevolent pause, and she just goes, "Oh crap!"
I would have lost it at that point.
I did. I had to hang. I didn't even say bye. I hung up on her.
No, I was there. He did. He just was laughing. He goes, "What happened?" She goes, "He just said, oh crap."
So I mean, it's the kind of people you put up with. I mean, it's like the worst kind of human beings come out for this, and it's just, and they're like the modern day Southern fucking gypsies or something. It's just,
afternoon traffic and morning traffic's bad enough.
Oh yeah, and it's not just the people who are want to buy these fucking individual treasures from these assholes. It's the assholes themselves who are selling them. I mean, they come in like into our fucking town, stinking and smelling of like fucking cabbage.
It smells
because they've been living in caravans and fucking like they're fucking truck campers and shit.
They a bunch of pikeys.
Why the fuck do I want a caravan that's got the fucking wheels?
If they'd have been pikeys, it would be okay somehow. I don't know, but
I hate fucking pikeys.
But no such luck. It's just a bunch of
you
fuck faces.
This town smells bad enough as it is.
Yeah, like it's not like it's bad enough this town doesn't smell like ass on a regular basis.
And I'm not saying it fucking stinks when you roll down.
It really does.
It fucking stinks.
I just say the fact, like earlier today, I had a bus full of people that I was transporting, and this fucking lug nut from Tennessee decides to do a U-turn in an area you can't do a U-turn. He doesn't see a 15-passenger minibus right here in the left-hand lane. No, I'm gonna do a U-turn because I looked up there and I saw something cool. And he turns around, and I'm like, what the? I had to swing into the other lane. Oh my god! I almost cussed. I almost lost my job.
Jordan, do you remember the thing we come up with, the whole adventures of Pissy Willie the Carney? I never told you about Pissy Willie.
No.
He was this guy who would work the Anderson County Fair every single year.
I remember Jetpack Willie.
No, this is Pissy Willie.
His cousin.
He was like the Scrambler. He like operated the Scrambler.
I remember.
And he had sweatpants on that had a piss stain right where his dick was, like in the sweatpants. And we called him Pissy Willie. And I'm pretty sure I saw him at the 127 yard sale. Like he's taking a step up from like ride operator to just straight up like peddler.
I got so
I think he was selling like fucking wraparound shades or something.
I would say, did he actually have a scrambler behind his wraparound shade booth?
I got so sick on the scrambler last time I was on, not because of the motion, but because of all the diesel fumes coming in.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Yeah, I rode a ride one time with my friend who will remain nameless. We actually got on that, that spinning satellite-looking thing, the big cage you walk in. Yeah. We got in that, and it was the coolest lesson. It was a far more interesting lesson in physics than I'd ever received in school. But it turns out if you cram a bunch of funnel cakes into your big fat body and then jump on one of those fucking rides,
Gravitron.
Yeah,
yes.
Those rides will actually create a gravitational vortex in the center of the ride. So if you vomit, your vomit actually flies out of your mouth, out 5 feet in front of your face, and just hovers there for a second before it just splits like a fucking like buckshot. It just goes everywhere, all over everything.
The symbiote.
And what's funny is he was covering his mouth with his hand, so when he was puking, it was just coming out and sprays between his fingers. It was the gnarliest thing I think I've ever seen.
Problem Child 2.
Yeah.
Oh, where they're on the scrambler?
It was called The Crazy
Or in the Sandlot. Remember when they tried to chew tobacco on that fucking ride?
They just threw up all over the place.
Yeah.
But just in Problem Child 2, they got on the crazy dance. They all started throwing up. I just remember John Ritter just going, "Oh God, no!"
I just love the one because that one guy threw up on the kid, and that part just like made me laugh like so hard.
Throwing up in the whole.
I know, but there was this one guy that actually just leaned over and threw up on a kid. So it was great.
Now, if you want to talk about a throw up scene, you need to talk about Lardass in Stand By Me.
Been a while since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, the story that what's his name told. DeCamp.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Nice.
Yeah, he narrated. He didn't really tell the story, I don't think. But it was the kid telling a story about Lardass in the pie eating contest where he drank all that castor oil.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about, Joe?
I remember that now.
And he ate the blueberry pies and caused everybody in the town to vomit on each other. What a horrible fucking story. And they were all like, "You're a wonderful writer. That was a great story. Thank you for sharing that." This is about a fat guy who drank castor oil, ate blueberry pie, and made the hotel puke on each other.
If R.L. Stein can do it.
We should reenact it.
Yeah, we'll do that for our very first video episode.
There you go.
Which is coming eventually, so stay tuned. Because I know listening to our sexually charged voices, it makes you just want to see us.
Hey, baby.
So we're thinking about going to video soon.
I'm going to put it in your ass.
Yeah.
That's not going to be on the video.
Like the very first video clip is going to be Lee giving like a fucking fruit basket where he like tucks it from behind. And, like swing the old ball back behind and catch it.
Would you fuck me? Oh, fuck me.
Goodbye, horses.
Oh.
See, I plan on doing. Good lord.
Fuck me so
Shit.
Jordan does it perfect.
What?
You got to do it.
Would you fuck me? Fuck me so hard.
He does it so low. What makes it so creepy is you have to
Don't
stop.
you hurt my dog!
You have to stop.
You don't even know what pain is!
I'm turned on.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Yes, it's whatever it's told.
See, that's what Jordan
That
does.
was the guy from Monk who was the police chief on Monk.
Yeah, that dude was on that show Hell on Wheels. It was like, that's the Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill, yeah.
And he did the exact same scene on Hell on Wheels.
Dude on that show was okay, but he was like, "What happened to so and so's wife?" And Buffalo Bill just goes, "He's dead." I was like, "Okay."
That would be perfect. We should actually use Buffalo Bill in the casting of superhero movies.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know his real name. He's been in several things.
He could play like Two Faces. Like one side, he like
Would you
he does
fuck
the yeah, he does like the screaming, and the other part he does like a sexy woman voice or something. That'd actually be not bad. Like I would pay to see that. We were talking about
Was she a great big fat person? No. Mrs. Lippman had his son. Left his card. I can go get it. I love that movie. So.
I did. It's a wonderful movie.
So Lee's doing
that
the
was
127
actually,
yard sale impression.
That was actually Joey's idea. He was talking about taking, superhero films, and actually casting them like anywhere in time from any actor ever.
I think you said, for an example, like Bert's. Was it
Burt
Tom
Reynolds
Selleck
or Tom
Burt
Selleck?
Reynolds?
Tom Selleck or Burt Reynolds as potentially as Tony Stark. I'm thinking more on the lines of Tom Selleck because fuck you, Burt Reynolds.
Burt
Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. Burt's the word.
I'd actually rather see Burt Reynolds.
I'd like to see Tom Selleck as I've only seen Tom Selleck in like one movie, An Innocent Man.
He is Magnum P.I.
Tom
Selleck.
Tom Selleck's on that show
Him
Blue
and Higgins.
Bloods. He's on that show Blue Bloods on CBS. It's actually a really good show.
Pretty decent show.
It is.
I've never watched it. I
He has
quit
a
watching
mustache.
TV after Breaking Bad.
He has a mustache.
Well, yeah, he's Tom Selleck. Of course he has a.
I know.
Mustache.
That's where his career came from.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Carl Winslow shot a kid.
because of that mustache.
He did because of Tom Selleck's mustache.
I get
Carl
mad.
Winslow should be Bishop.
That's perfect. Joey, who are you talking about? Who do you cast as the Dark Knight?
Tom Selleck.
Oh man.
Don
Let's
Knotts.
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
You cast Don Rickles as
John Goodman
Oh my god.
oh,
Fat Knight.
stretches the suit out. You can't use it
It
no
still
more.
has the nipples.
that's perfect. That kind
That suit still has the nipples.
got the Brockheimer nipples on it.
Going back though, it's kind of tough to cut or cut somebody for Batman. I mean,
Roddy Piper.
Yeah, we had Adam West, and yeah,
The Bat 2C.
With the shark repellent spray.
How come Batman doesn't dance?
But somebody brought up earlier that they thought that Orson Welles would have made a good Oswald Cobblepot.
Yeah, he'd have made a good penguin. That was my idea.
No.
See, nowadays I would have like.
He just leave the set.
Yeah, he would get mad and start swearing and leave the set. Or Charlie Chaplin is like Daredevil.
Oh, nice.
People could argue this, but I've always thought it after watching Dirty Harry and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and all that. I think Clint could have landed a potential role as Wolverine.
Clint Eastwood is Wolverine.
He has the body
like maybe in the
build for it.
70s, like in his Sergio Leone days.
Not Gran Turismo or Gran
Torino.
Torino, Clint Eastwood.
Gran Turismo.
Sorry, I was thinking about the PlayStation game.
Wow.
Here's one. We're also used to Patrick Stewart as being Professor Xavier. Who could be a good replacement for that?
McAvoy, I think, stepped up to the plate and hit a home run with
Chuck
that one.
Connors.
Who's the guy from Mad TV that did the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing?
Will Sasso.
Will Sasso would be great as Professor Xavier.
That's a horrible idea.
It's awesome.
Terrible. That's just bad.
That's an amazing idea.
I want to cast Richard Ryle as Kingpin with his mustache. You know what I'm talking about? He's the guy that's in like every single movie ever.
No.
Jonah Hill as Kingpin.
Oh.
Fess Parker.
That's one thing that I did like that they did, for that awful Daredevil movie. Wasn't
Michael
Clark Duncan? He was Kingpin. I mean, it was just seeing him as a black guy, but freaking Michael Clark Duncan. I mean, it just worked.
Yeah,
it really
it
did work
was
for him.
great.
And he's a good actor too.
That's why I wasn't very hesitant when I understood that Jamie Foxx was going to be playing Max Dillon.
I liked it.
Like I thought he was fucking amazing. If you haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man 2, it's really worth watching.
It's his
birthday. It's very fucking cool. Like even more than him, I enjoyed actually Paul Giamatti as Rhino.
Yeah,
I thought that was so.
I like him
cool.
in almost anything now.
He's awesome. I always said like if I could direct my own like if I could go Bryan Singer and just write this amazing script and put in an ensemble cast kind of like he did with Usual Suspects. Like I would have used like people like Kevin Pollak and Paul Giamatti, excuse me, and they just like brilliant actors like that are just like they're underappreciated. They never get like leading roles. You never see them in leading roles, but unless you count Sideways. But
you guys got anything on who you would have liked to have seen in superhero movies back in the day with an older cast?
Oh, with an older cast.
John Wayne is the Thing.
Oh my God, John Wayne. Well, Pilgrim.
Whatever, he'd just be accusing all the rest of the Fantastic Four as being communist.
Oh, God.
The thing about John Wayne is that he's so revered, that motherfucker could not act his way out of a wet paper bag.
He played John Wayne in every
He
movie.
played John Wayne in every
Worked
single
for
movie.
him.
He won one Oscar his whole career. He's already got one up on DiCaprio.
Was that when he was Rooster Cogburn?
Yes,
Yeah.
the original True Grit. Yeah, so.
I would have cast Robin Williams as Mr. Fantastic.
That would be exhausting, though.
Does he have to shave his knuckles?
I love Robin Williams. But I just
You get tired watching it stand
after
up.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah, you really do.
William H. Macy needs to go in somewhere.
He's Uncle Ben.
The Riddler.
There you go. Okay.
I
Okay.
like the Riddler.
Okay. I
Yeah,
can see that.
No.
William H. Macy is the Riddler. No, you can't see that?
No, Stan Laurel's the Riddler.
Stan.
That'd be great.
Laurel.
I'm sorry, Ollie, but I left this Riddler.
Or maybe another penguin would have been Lou Costello.
Oh my God, that would have been
You
great.
kind of see that, yeah.
Damn it, Penguin! What did you do? I'm sorry, Ollie.
Joaquin Phoenix as Superman only because he can't say Superman. Superman.
Superman.
Oh. I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, and River had to die. So that's horrible. That's terrible.
Why does everybody revere River Phoenix? He was only in a few movies. He's a Stand By Me and the Explorers.
They said he was going to be like the next big thing. Like,
Okay,
he had a
but-
lot of potential.
I guess. The Explorers sucked. Like, whatever.
I thought for the longest time he was in Gleaming the Cube until I
Yeah.
watched it as an adult. He was not in that.
And he was young Indiana Jones at the beginning of The Last Crusade.
Yeah, that's right. I don't like those movies at all. I'm not a big Indiana Jones fan.
Fair enough. I love those.
Yeah.
Those 3 movies.
Yeah, 3.
Well, yeah. I mean, your favorite was Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, right? That was your favorite.
From a strict comedy standpoint, I would love to see Terry Crews be Colossus. Because I just want the Terry Crews from the Old Spice commercials, and it's just all intense, and he's just Colossus.
He's always wearing nothing but a towel. Every time he's Colossus.
I mean, because Terry Crews is like, power, and it's like a vein shooting out of his neck. I would just want him to have that personality as Colossus.
You can cast Tony Roma as Apocalypse.
Oh my god.
To Romanowski.
Romanowski, dude, he is intense.
Yeah.
He has this protein supplement thing that he always like plugs on the Jim Rome show. Dude,
Nice.
he is intense, and he has some funny ass stories too, man.
Yeah, he's kind of a silly guy. Like, he's done some acting or whatever, and he's actually kind of funny.
And the thing is, though, he's not ashamed about his steroid use when he was a player. So
I think he celebrates it.
I mean, he just talks about, oh my god,
My weenie was so small,
nice.
but my muscles were so big.
I punched a man in his neck.
How about Bruce Willis? What would if he had been all right in
Bruce Willis.
Professor Xavier.
Hulk.
You know,
Daredevil.
I could actually see old Bruce Willis as Professor X.
All right, now get your ass out of here, X-Men. I'm sick of looking at you.
He'd be the coolest Bruce Banner ever.
What would Dom DeLuise play?
Dom DeLuise.
Pyro. And he still wears the little hat.
Speedball.
Nobody
Gambit.
gives a shit about Speedball.
Quicksilver.
No, he's not very quick.
The Flash.
No, like not like thinner Dom DeLuise from the early 70s.
No,
like
like
late 80s fat Dom DeLuise.
like playing the flaming guy at the the chase scene in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Like that was, I think, probably his thinnest. Like he was still fat. But
Who would you cast the $1 Million Man as?
Steve Austin? You mean the $1 Million Man?
Ted DiBiase. Who would you?
What?
He's a superhero, of course.
That's not anything. Are you talking about Steve Austin, the $1 Million Man?
I'm talking about
From the TV show, the $6 Million Man?
I'm talking about
Ted DiBiase will be cast as Black Tom Cassidy. Move on.
Nice.
Just drop it and move on.
Everyone has a price. Sorry.
Nice.
Who would play each of us in a movie about our lives?
Oh, that's really good. I already know who played Jordan.
Jordan.
Well, years ago when I was like 70 pounds skinnier,
Yes.
I would have said Ricky, that kid from who played Ricky in American Beauty. But now that I'm a fucking beluga whale, I don't know. A fatter version of the dude in Coldplay. I don't know.
Chris Farley grows a beard out and plays me in the movie about my life.
I don't know the actor's name. He was the priest character on Constantine.
I don't know his name either.
But I think he would have done it for me.
Or like a life-size version of Bald Bull, like a life version.
Oh my God.
Like a real-life Bald Bull.
What about you, Eddie?
Well, originally for the longest time it was John Ritter who was going to play me, but after he died I had to go on a eternal search for a new actor, and God dang it, you brought it up and I've totally drawn a blank on like who would play me, but basically it's just someone that's just like, hey, I'm here. How's it going, guys?
Joe Pesci?
No, he has too much balls to
I
play
think
me.
Steve Caparillo would play
Michael
Lee.
Cera would
No.
play him.
Would play Eddie.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense, because both of them really fucking get on my nerves.
Who did you say would play me?
Steve Caparillo.
Who the hell was that?
He's this stubby little comedian.
You mean John?
Do what? Is it?
Yeah,
I thought it
John
was
Caparulo.
John Caparulo.
Yeah, I don't like his voice.
Yeah, you don't sound like him.
I think Jason Mewes should play me just so that I seem cool.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Oh, okay. in
Shoot
that,
heroin.
In that case, I want Jonathan Rhys-Meyers to play me because he's very handsome and symmetrical.
So he's very symmetrical.
Okay, so we went through the realistic ones. Now, Brad Pitt. Oh, fucking
Oh, yeah.
day.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Jonathan
I
Rhys-Meyers.
fucking take Bruce Willis. Fuck it.
Bruce Willis is still a pimp. Like, he's still Bruce Willis. It's just,
I want to see Bruce Willis wearing your flame shirt that you have, which is awesome.
Jordan, I hate to say it, but Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson will play Jordan.
No,
Because he does go on rants.
He'll put you in the fucking rose garden.
I actually think either that or
My-
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
Well, that makes sense because Mel Gibson hates the Jewish community, and so does Jordan. So that works out.
He doesn't really. That was just for a joke.
Yeah.
Jordan's done.
Like a deadly fuck. I'm kidding. Like a deadly silence just falls over. Like
even my best rants cannot top Mel Gibson's rants. That
he went fucking nuts. Like he was Murtaugh, and then he just fucking lost his mind. Did he not?
Have you heard the phone conversations?
Yes, it was fucking horrible.
Yeah, he was afraid.
Michael Richards went on a rant on stage.
That is nothing. Have you heard Mel Gibson's?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, you just go on YouTube and it's like one rant after another, and you're like, my god.
My favorite rant was still who's the British guy that played Batman recently?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's rant, like on the set, when he's like going off on some like fucking stagehand or something, and he's just blasting the fucking guy.
It was the DP.
Oh, was it director of photography?
Yeah, he was going off on him.
What was it? Do you remember what he was saying in it? Like, I just remember it was really British and really funny.
He was acting like a spoiled little fuck.
Yeah, he was an asshole in that. It was pretty funny though.
Actually,
yeah, but what happened to Gibson? What happened to Mel Gibson? Like,
he's in Expendables 3.
He's actually
Murtaugh. He was Murtaugh, and then he just lost his mind and started following that crazy, like, that old like Catholicism and stuff where the preachers like don't face the crowd or whatever, the priests don't face the crowd. He just kind of like went crazy and started hating everybody and went on these rants.
I don't know. He got rich and powerful. I don't know.
I guess so. He went fucking ape shit. He went bananas.
Braveheart and Passion of the Christ. Passion of the Christ just sent him over the edge.
The South Park episodes were great.
Oh my god.
Containing Mel Gibson.
You want your money back? Torture me. Come on, just torture me. He's in his underwear. Give
me back my
lost
money.
his fucking mind, man. A lot of celebrities do that. They just lose their fucking shit.
That's one of that episodes. Like, you cannot like Passion. Jesus died for you. I followed the Bible.
Go home.
Go home.
Oh goodness.
That's horrible, man. We're going off on tangents.
Yeah,
just left and fucking right.
Actually, in all realistic aspects, Terry Crews would play me.
Terry Crews.
Yeah,
I see the resemblance.
Yeah.
I would be played by John Goodman.
Yeah. I think he plays all of us. He just changes shirts.
John Goodman plays all of us.
He's got like one half of him
the
decorated
Burg
like
Nerds.
one of us, and we can only do 2 shots because he's like, hey. And then
Okay, I'll go with Tim Heidecker as me.
Tim Heidecker.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I could see that. Yeah, that makes sense. Do. If you'll recreate that whole skit, the do. That's all I ever wanted.
I want to meet that dad.
Now think about your dad. What's your dad like? I want to meet that dad.
Let's do some karaoke.
Yeah, we should. I've never done karaoke once in my life.
I love karaoke.
I can't sing anymore.
We went to
Me
Phoenix
either.
Hill and did It Was by the Darkness.
I believe in a thing called.
Yeah, didn't a girl shit up her back?
Yeah, that was on the last Yesteryear episode, actually.
Yeah.
Well, we hit that
Yeah, it
high
was.
note on the. I believe in a thing called love.
That's
Like
why
glasses
we wish.
were like people's glasses were breaking in the audience. They were crying.
And then she just shit. And Jordan was like, I want to meet that dad.
Yeah, we hit the brown note. She shit herself.
You know what's weird is that we don't have enough like cool stories like that. I do, but I don't want to tell them because they all involve like illegal activity. So I don't really want
Statute
to
of
go into it.
limitations.
Yeah, well, with real people, like they have like real people in it who really live in this town, and it's
Change the name.
yeah, I guess so. But
Come on.
Jeremy was hanging out with Michael Rooker.
I kind of wish I was hanging out with Michael Rooker. He seems like a cool guy. Like he seems like he would like me.
Well, here's the thing though. Back to with Michael Rooker, one of the reasons why I want to see Guardians of the Galaxy is that he plays one of the aliens, and they say it's hilarious to see this blue alien with a southern accent.
That's awesome.
And I was like, you know what? I'm sold automatically.
Yeah, the character Yondu. He's basically kind of like an alien biker gang type guy.
Okay.
that seems like a role that was made for. Did they write
It's like
it?
basically a blue Merle.
I was gonna say,
A
yeah.
blue Merle.
That's called typecasting, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Hey, whatever pays the bills, man.
Sure.
So
And
I
that
guess so.
movie's going to make bank. It already has.
So anyway, the girl shit up her back, right?
And then we slung her in the taxi, and
Jordan, I don't think you understand the gravity of that. Your date shit up her back.
She wasn't my fucking date.
Well, kind of.
He met her there.
He met her at the bar.
We've already talked about
She
that.
was
you
a
know,
bar
you can
skank.
drive separate cars and it can still be a date.
This has been covered in the episode title.
Jordan was
Bar
single and
skanks
ready to
and
mingle.
Brony, whatever.
Brony shaming.
Brony shaming.
Jordan was single and ready to mingle, man.
Were you wearing a fedora that night?
No, I was wearing a shirt, my blue lightning tie-dye shirt that I can't fucking wear anymore because I'm fucking 60 pounds heavier than I was.
And it has
Aw.
nipple holes.
And I love that shirt. I can't fucking wear it because I feel like a 10-pound sausage in a 5-pound casing.
You gotta slam dunk yourself into it.
Yeah, slam dunk. I'm slam dunked up against this table we're recording at right now. And my belly just hit the space bar on the computer.
Space.
It's been pausing the whole time.
My left titty was smacking the sliders on the scale, so we kept losing audio there.
It was like, hey guys, what?
But it was okay because Eddie was talking, so it was fine.
I sounded like a remix.
He was either talking or arguing. One of the two.
No. Okay, I'm gonna break into this, so fuck all y'all. Anyways, I remember the time at school, man. I think Jordan was telling me that there was a new kid or whatever, or a kid that was a dick or something like that.
He was like he was an advanced kid. He was like Malcolm or something.
Malcolm in the middle.
Yeah, he was like an advanced kid because he was like in 7th grade or something, 8th grade, and he got to come up and be like sit with the senior class or something in high school.
And I just remember the funniest thing I remember out of high school is you doing the airplane down the hallway, getting screamed at by the teacher, just going, Jerry, stop! And you just would not stop, and you were like running into lockers and just kept doing the airplane, doing this sound.
But in my defense, I was really high. So as we hashed out earlier, that wasn't
Was this in middle school or high school?
High school.
This was like elementary school. Like I was high in elementary school.
What are you implying, Lee?
Oh, well,
That was good. I just caught that.
I just thought maybe you came out of art class with Sean Sykes. I mean, Bill Sykes.
Bill Sykes, the science guy.
What?
I don't know.
I know what happened in art class.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I slipped and fell on paint and slipped my ass.
You were doing a Jackson Pollock like thing where you were just like cussing and like slapping paint, and then you just slipped and go boom on your butt. I almost peed myself.
What was the
laughing so
time
hard.
you drew a picture of that naked guy and you had to draw his dick and balls? And then that fucking delinquent kid was like
Yeah.
making fun of you because you drew a dick.
You draw penises. I was just trying to do something different. I was
You're
very-
good. You
I
draw
will-
a penis.
Here's the
So I drew that little tiny picture.
Mistletoe.
It
was
was
like mistle-
Holly.
Holly, okay.
Holly
yeah.
and put it over his dick and titled it "Season's Greetings." Those fucking little assholes. Like, God forbid you try to draw a penis.
Yeah, well, in his defense, he had detention a lot, so he
Huh?
didn't really learn anything in school. He doesn't know.
Here's the thing, though. One thing about that picture, you made that man hung. Like
Yeah.
there was, it was just flaccid as crap. But
Yeah,
this
he was
guy
pretty-
looked like freaking John Holmes over
Yeah, it
here.
was pretty scary.
I mean, I think that's what was holding him up. And
Well, let's be honest. I hadn't had a lot of experiences with penises.
I know, but
So
dude,
did you draw it from life?
but
No,
dude, it was
no.
like it was like I said, it was John Holmes over
I
there.
don't know. Let's move off from Season's Greetings and talk about it.
Jeremy over here looking like fucking Storm Shadow.
Dude, that fucking fart took my breath.
That's-
Lee's fart smells like a dead asshole, like an asshole died of cancer.
I
and rotted.
smoke so much I can't smell very good.
Oh,
anymore,
good for
so
you.
I'm all
And I still have part of my sinus infection.
You're
so.
welcome.
Oh my god, man, it smells like someone cooked cabbage in a butthole.
Can you do that?
It smelled like someone vomited rabbit guts.
And then boiled it with cabbage in an
Oh.
asshole.
It's almost like an American version of haggis.
Yeah.
But it's coming out of Lee's ass.
Filtering.
There was something that you all touched on earlier was you stayed in a hotel or something. It was Silent Station days, I would assume.
Oh,
God.
that was hijinks at a fucking hotel.
That
yeah.
was your birthday, man.
Oh yeah. There were actually there was 2 hotel incidents,
Hanging
two
at the
wacky,
Continental.
two
but
wacky hotel incidents.
The first one's when we were all there, I think. Or all
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I
and,
know I missed out on that one.
Oh,
the
yeah.
long gone but not forgotten Continental Inn in Lexington over on New Circle Road.
Poolside.
Yeah, we went up here for my birthday. Just rented a room so we could all get wasted. And we do. We get up there and we're just sitting out by the pool under those big like fake tiki torches and palm trees and shit. It's so fucking tacky. The tackiest damn place on earth, and I loved every second of it. And like this biker gang had gotten like this group of like adjoining rooms or whatever, and they were partying hard. And we got so wasted, we like wander over to this biker gang, and they all got like guns. They're all like strapped and shit, and just ready to murder. And we like fucking hang out with them and drink with them. And they've killed people. They had like tattooed tears on their fucking face and shit.
That one guy I remember looked at us and he was like, "You want to see my gun?" And we're like scared out of our
I was
wits.
like, no, not even a little.
But no, we're like, no, yeah, sure. And he was like, I killed 3 people with this gun. And it was like, Jesus Christ. And we all thought we were going to die. Because I remember it was you, myself, and Shepard.
Yeah.
And oh my God, dude. It was like the best conversation with a stranger and the scariest.
And if you'll remember, the most important part about that night is
No,
that you decided to drink.
Yes.
To drink.
No.
Jägermeister and Courvoisier. Like, who thought that would be a good idea
I was a
to
novice.
mix those two?
I was a novice.
That
You
whole-
vomited so much that a fat kid fell out of your mouth into the toilet. You vomited an entire fat kid.
That whole room by the morning was just.
Oh, it smelled like a weird combination of stale beer, vomit, and Cheetos.
It smelled like Lee
there was
Sparks.
like probably close to 50 beer cans on the floor.
Oh,
Cheetos, like
Screaming
empty
cheese.
whiskey bottles. That was terrible. I was so like, we fucking, what, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was still drunk the next morning when we got to go to tacos too.
and then like I yelled at Eddie in the morning because we were sharing the bed. And like he woke up at like 7. Wonder what time the pool opens. It opens at 9, Eddie. I want to go to sleep.
Wonder what time the pool opens.
9 o'clock.
I wonder what time
When
the
does
pool
the
opens.
9 o'clock. No, let me fucking go to sleep. God.
I was Napoleon
And then
Dynamite.
Jeremy wakes up and goes, I think I'm still fucking drunk.
We only slept like 3.5 hours. I was still drunk.
And here's the thing. I remember when I showed up, you guys had already started. And on this table outside at the pool, well, the pool is inside, but on the table was just mountains of liquor bottles and buckets and coolers. I mean, it had
And what's
to have-
weird, there was only like 6 of us.
There
We-
weren't a lot of us.
Well, there was like
And
6 or 7 of us, and we've drunk so fucking
And Jason
much.
went all out and spent like $100 or more on liquor.
Oh yeah,
And he brought all kinds of shit. We were like,
Yeah.
Fucking
I mean,
Crown
I'm not-
Royal. I remember y'all.
dude, I
Yeah.
knocked back like a 12-pack of beer. I was sipping on Jaeger all night, sipping on Courvoisier. Oh my god, I was so fucking drunk. It was insanity.
I missed this one, but I've got visual proof of it because
Yeah.
somebody took pictures.
Yeah, I still have photos of it
yeah,
actually.
there are a few of them.
I got the one of Eddie ralphing in the toilet with a smile on his face.
Hey,
I've
you
seen
know
the
what?
one of me laying in bed with the Cheetos bag,
Yeah.
making duck face.
Here's the thing about that picture, Jeremy.
Before that was a thing.
Yeah.
I remember I got so pissed at you because you posted a picture of that with one of our little like video things, and I was
Used
like,
it for the outro, we had that.
Yeah, I
And
still have that.
I remember telling you, like, man, because you took a picture when I thought you were coming to follow me to the bathroom to make sure I was okay. You're snapping fucking pictures like paparazzi.
Well, the
there.
thing is, though, is that like 20 minutes after that, you passed out on the floor, and I sat on your face and put my bag on your head and took a picture.
I remember that.
I'm not even joking. That literally, I sat
I
on
know.
Eddie's face and took my bag out of my shorts and set it on gingerly on his forehead.
You left oil stains on his forehead.
It's still
yeah,
there.
Yeah, you could see like the lines grooved out where the
Hey.
hairs were.
That's the reason why I have this widow's peak. It was like a straight line, but that's why I have a widow's peak because your back.
Hey, this bag is toxic, buddy.
It's
It'll
bag-
pull your fucking.
This bag's for you.
Been killing pussy for years, ain't it?
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. Well, the, the other hotel story, like I got confused with, when you brought up hotel, was when we went up to record the album with the band.
The Scottish Inn.
Yeah, we stayed at the Scottish
Yeah, I
Inn.
wasn't there for that one.
There was nothing Scottish about it.
The
It was
Dead
just like a
Whore
shitty,
Hotel.
like a road hotel, dead hooker hotel.
Dude, it was $30.
Do you remember that there was like this Asian family staying next door, and they were singing karaoke, and like as if that wasn't funny enough, they decided to set all their food out on their front door. I guess they didn't have enough to fit in the refrigerator, and it was cold outside, so to keep their groceries like cold, they set them out like by their door. And Spivey goes over and gets their gallon of orange juice and drinks half of it out and then pisses the rest of it full
Well, there was
and puts it back on their fucking doorstep.
There was a reason, though, also why he did that. Because I remember we were outside just, like, bullshitting and laughing and having a good time. And they came out and they gave us the stink eye from hell. And I remember we got insulted and we were like, man, fuck those guys. Yeah, and
Well,
then
they were the
Spivey's
fucking
like...
ones singing karaoke at like 2 o'clock in the
I
morning.
know. And then that's when Spivey got the idea and he's like, look at those
You made me think of when you did the Star Search thing and he pissed off that family and the dad
the
started,
funeral.
and the dad started yelling because they were there for a funeral.
Yeah.
And Spivey got the dad to like break down and start screaming at him in the hallway.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
We're here for a fucking funeral, jackass.
You little fuck.
God, I remember that reminds me too of like when we were recording the album and I accidentally farted on that person coming out the door.
Oh, that was funny. I want to tell that story.
Okay.
So we're all standing outside. We're taking a break, having a cigarette or whatever.
Complete accident.
Between tracks. And I was like, I lifted my leg and I was like, "Front." And then I always started laughing or whatever because farts are funny. Fucking, I'm 33 and farts are still funny.
They'll always be funny.
Yep. And I think Jason like goes, "Oh, fired back at you," and then he goes, "Oh yeah," and he jumped back and put his ass out and farted right as someone was walking behind him. But it wasn't just the person walking behind him; they had to walk behind Eddie and like squeeze between Eddie and a wall. So he literally, when he jumped back to stick his ass out, he had pinned the guy against the wall and farted on him, and then the guy just like didn't even break stride, just turns around and goes, "Thanks," and then he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like in just the weakest,
It was a big
most
one.
defeated, faint voice, just goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," like
Well-
really low. It was
well,
really funny.
I was so proud of it too. I was like, and I was like, yeah, thanks. I mean, just it was complete terror.
Dad, he farted right on the fucking guy, and the guy was just like, "Thanks."
And I would never do that if I knew he was actually coming. I felt so bad. Like I ruined that
sorry.
guy's day because he's gonna go home to his family and be like, I just got fucking farted
As
on.
if
Some
this
fucking
day,
kid
as if
farted
this
on
day couldn't get any worse. I got
Like he had
farted
just
on.
lost his job that day. Like his company was hemorrhaging money, and they decided to let him go.
Relationships on the rocks.
And then
Yeah.
some
Some little-
homeless looking guy
This
farts
little
on him.
asshole teenager farts on it.
And you guys, like, here's the thing, like, because where I didn't say I farted on him, when I fart, you guys are laughing, and I'm like, hi, because I was like, oh, they think my fart was hilarious, not knowing. I mean, you guys didn't even care.
I
to think
saw him
was there.
walking
You, like-
behind you, and I didn't say anything because I thought it would be much funnier if you farted on that guy as opposed to if you didn't fart on that guy.
And then your wish was granted. Fairies grant wishes.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Big marvelous meatloaf showed up.
Big marvelous meatloaf was there.
Big middles.
Big middle.
Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know, but I still think that he and
I
Shell
think he went
Shocker.
the way of Tupac and Biggie.
I still think that he and Shell Shocker are waiting at the courthouse for their money.
Actually, we're going to need to omit that rather. You can't say Sheldon's name because he'll sue.
I didn't say. I said Shell Shocker.
Yeah, that's his street name.
He ain't got no street name.
He's going to sue you.
Oh,
Bitch, he got credit.
Yeah, like he
he
was
got
going-
credit.
Identify yourself, Eddie. Say
Like-
that it was you who
like
said
he,
it.
like he was gonna sue us, telling us over AOL Instant Messenger.
It was Yahoo.
It was Yahoo.
It was
Instant
Yahoo.
Messenger.
Get it right,
Like,
Eddie.
Like they're
What
gonna
the fuck are you all talking about?
they're gonna meet us at the
Well, we got
courthouse.
gypped into signing with an independent label at one point, ran by a guy in Frankfurt. And,
Yes, I remember that.
yeah, he was a complete scumbag. And
He could really play the keyboard though.
yeah, well, the thing was is he was selling our record in his little shop and
Yeah.
was just pocketing the cash from it. He wasn't paying us anything for our album. And not that it was like a huge seller. He didn't make millions off of it, but I'd say he probably peddled, 45, 50 copies of our album out of the store, and we never saw a penny for it.
Dude, he didn't even bring 45, 50 copies to our CD release show. He brought 12.
And just a horrible, just a not very prepared guy. Just it was very bad at his job.
And I didn't
And then
even
he
get a
threatens to sue us. And he tells Eddie over, was it you?
Jason and I.
He tells Jason and Eddie over Yahoo Messenger that he was going to sue us.
He was like, he was like, we'll see you at the courthouse.
Like, I would have been like, so is this the official subpoena? Or do I wait for something in the mail?
So I think,
he just kept saying, "I got it notarized."
Do I gotta get served?
yeah,
Yeah.
He kept mentioning it. Like Jordan said,
Served.
I got it notarized by a public notary. And,
Oh, well, then it's legit. We'll
and-
see you there, pal.
and we're like, no, we don't think so. And he said, we'll see you at the courthouse. I think they're still there, waiting on us at the courthouse.
He got it notarized. He pushed a quarter on a piece of paper.
Okay,
he
here's
hammered it.
this is the thing I never understood though, because I remember like at his little shop, I looked over and he was selling CDs, and I remember there was an Alicia Keys album that was there, and dude, that was not an official album cover. It was printed from an
he burned
HP
it.
printer, and I was like this going. I never wanted to say anything because I didn't want to risk our album label. I was still pissed that I didn't get a fucking
he
jacket
was a
like everybody
he was a
else.
con artist, man.
I
He
didn't
was
get
a
it.
real
I didn't
con
get it.
artist.
I didn't get a freaking jacket.
Well,
like everybody else.
in the end, he had actually the contract he had to sign. Like the way he had worded the contract, he had just basically fucked himself over and over and over time and again in the contract. So it would have never held up in court anyhow. So it was all shit. Any struggling, starving artists out there, musicians, don't sign with a fucking independent label based anywhere in Kentucky ever for any
No
reason.
matter how good they can play the keyboard.
And no matter how free your album recordings that will sound like shit are gonna be. So
And even if there is a speedway across the street, you can get delicious drinks and beverages.
and the Rolly hot dogs on the little Rolly cooker.
And
Yeah.
the tornadoes.
I walked
Yeah.
over there in 6 inches of snow to get Rolly hot dogs and tornadoes.
that was actually part of the contract that like sold us.
Yeah, he
We're
gave
like-
us a gift card to Speedway.
He's like, we're right across the street from the
Yeah.
speedway. We're like sold.
He's like, in addition to many royalties you'll get from selling your shittily recorded album
Hated
at our
life.
store, you'll also get a $15 gift certificate that you will all split
I was gonna say
to Speedway.
Speaking of tornadoes, I was eating one when I got robbed at gunpoint when I worked at Phil Zone.
Yeah, that happened, right?
Yeah.
Did they ever catch that guy?
Yeah, they did. They gave him 5 years probation for armed robbery.
Wow, that sounds about right.
Justice system at work.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that justice was served.
Yeah. The best part of it was, he was like, give me the money. So I started and I was like, do you want the change? And he was like, no. And I was like, you want the checks? Like, come on, dude. You can take that shit, get account numbers, and,
Right,
go
yeah.
do whatever the fuck you
and
want.
then really get caught.
Yeah.
And pass those off.
And I didn't mention that there was another register like right beside me or the safe underneath. So I put the money on the counter and I go to push it forward and some of it falls off and I went, fuck. Because he's, like this.
Literally has a gun to you. What kind of gun was it? It was like
It was a Glock.
So, yeah, oh, wow.
And I had an indention of the gun barrel in my forehead. when
He
I
was
left.
like, I forgot that fucking happened.
He
You
had
almost
that-
got... Carl Winslow almost shot you.
Because I was a fucking kid. And I was
up.
19, 20.
God,
Yeah.
that'll teach you to have a job.
Reagan wasn't even born then.
So
Yeah.
what was it like? So like walk us through like you're sitting there eating a tornado.
Yeah, I had two
This
other.
is like interesting, like LEX Channel 18 News First coverage. Like
It was
tell us
3:30
what
in the
tornado
morning.
sounded like.
I was putting on, the tornadoes and the, getting the
damn
shit
right you
ready
were.
for the, the breakfast
Rolly
rush.
hot dogs.
The 3 guys that come in for black coffee and never buy a tornado.
No, they never do.
No. Pack a Red Man and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, one is hot enough. So, I'm sitting there kind of chomping on it. And a guy comes in the front door and, I'm tornado in one hand, broom in another.
What time was it?
3:30
Like PM.
a.m.
Oh.
I worked third.
Yeah, I remember you worked third shift there. Yeah.
On third shift, I would usually just go back in the cooler and smoke. Because they would get mad because they'd see you on camera if you went out front to smoke or to the side. So you go in the cooler and smoke.
That's sanitary.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet a week's pay that the camera suddenly stopped working when they had to identify the gunman. Did they use the camera footage to identify him?
Yeah. It was good footage.
Wow.
Did he
Okay, I'm
look like
sorry
the
to-
guy from Minecraft?
And it took him a year and a half to catch the guy.
Yeah, of course it did.
But, he comes in, points the gun. I'm in front of the counter.
Yeah.
He was like, open the register. So, I'm looking at him and reaching back and just hitting buttons until I find the one that opens it up. No sell button.
Yeah. Did you make eye contact with him?
Yeah,
the
I
whole
was
time?
like this.
They say you're not supposed to do that. Like they told me when I worked in a gas station. They're like, you don't make eye contact with anybody. Don't act like you're trying to make mental notes of their appearance so you can identify them later. They say keep your hands up at all times, move slowly, and do not make eye contact.
Well, I
So
didn't.
good thing you stared him straight into the
Yeah.
face.
Well, so
You should have started going about 6'1", mustache. Keep going.
he just took out a notepad while I'm,
like drawing a picture of him.
hold on a minute. So, I give him the money, push it off. He bends down and, puts his hand on the counter. So, I make sure to make a note of where he put his hand, and they took a fingerprint. and still took a year and a half to
Fucking yippee,
find
yeah.
the guy.
It's nothing like Forensic Files.
No,
is it? It's
not at
nothing.
all. Like
Like
they
if
don't.
it came in and came on your face, they could have used that.
And they,
God. You still have the indention on your
just
forehead.
shoot me, sir. Just shoot me.
Then at that point, you're begging, like, let his finger slip and pull the trigger, please. I've got cum in my nostril. This is awkward.
He doesn't even take the money. He just leaves after that.
The best part of the robbery was I had one of my old guys. He was in there, just visiting, shooting the shit. He's sitting at the front counter reading a newspaper. You can watch on the video. The guy's in there for 5 minutes before he realizes he has a gun. Like, fucking for real? Are you that deaf?
Oh, no. That as soon as that motherfucker pulled out a gun, that guy realized he had a gun, but he pretended to keep reading the newspaper.
I'd have been like, well, bye.
Fuck that guy. So let me ask you this. Like, did you shit a little? No, I mean, honestly, that's not a joke. Did you shit a little
No,
bit?
but I probably would have had he, I don't know.
Was he like
came
super
on my
aggressive?
face.
Was he like slamming the gun into your, like pushing in real hard on your head?
For a little bit, yeah.
I mean, did you honestly feel like at any point he could have pulled that trigger?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You didn't even shit a little? Like,
No.
you shit a little, right?
I cried.
I-
I cried like a fucking baby.
I bet. Like,
I
I
would've-
probably would have too.
I would have had him slip and me slip in my own like pile of in my own like puddle of urine.
Like, it's always fun to imagine, like, or like when you play GTA, like, it's funny to rob the convenience store, but you basically ruined someone's entire year when you fucking rob them at gunpoint.
That caused me to have. I went on anxiety medicine because of that.
No, that's
event.
what I'm saying. Like, that's
I don't like guns.
And for what? Like, he ruined someone's life for like fucking $700 probably.
He got $135, I think.
Holy
Wow.
fucking shit!
I know. Fuck it. Whatever.
Fucking weird. I forgot. I completely wiped that out of my mind that actually happened to you.
That's fine.
Did you ever have anything happen similar to that, or that you thought was going to happen like that?
No, after that, I came off of third shift for 2 days and then I went back to third because I didn't like second shift. Fuck it. It's going to happen, then it's going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop somebody.
Like
I
working
don't
third
pack.
shift at a gas station, the craziest thing I ever had happen is that one night an entire van full of Amish people came into the store.
And they robbed you at like stick point.
They just came in and went.
Yeah, no, they just bought beef jerky, but it was pretty close. It
They
was
were
close to
Mennonite,
like what you went
so
through.
they had the color.
They
Oh
did.
yeah, it was close. They were pointing a fucking pitchfork in your face.
Give me ye old money.
Like they make you hand over the money and then they say a prayer with you and leave.
I actually pissed off some Amish people once. I was on a trip. And we went up to this area. I can't remember where it was, but we stopped at a gas station. Shut up. And there was like, I don't even know what you said. I'm sure it was smart assy. But anyways,
Get to
and
the fucking point, Edna.
I am, but he's talking like stuff. Anyways, but they're off to the side of this gas station. I had never seen like Amish people. I mean, they had the horse and buggy, full get up, and I got really excited. And I wanted to get a picture. It was our senior trip. And we had stopped off at a gas station because it was a gas station Popeyes combination. And I got a Popeyes visor.
Naturally.
And I got a Popeyes visor from them.
I miss
one of the-
Popeyes.
I do too. They had really good
And-
chicken and biscuits.
I got so excited. I
Dad.
went up to him and I was like, I've never seen Amish people before. I would love to get a picture to remember this. And the guy was like, no pictures. We don't want you to take any pictures. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And so I tried to sneak one. And he goes, I thought I told you no pictures. And I ran as fast as I could because he scared the crap out of me.
Was you afraid he was going to get you?
Yeah,
with
you
his
can't
nut?
piss off them yoders.
Dude,
You can, man.
he was a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
they
like
both 15 frames, right? George?
nice. But dude,
Yeah.
it was like seriously, he was built like take Kane and put him like in an Amish getup, and that was the dude. It was scary.
Well, yeah, they lift barns and shit all day. And
Kane
turn
Hodder is Amish man.
I mean,
I would
I
watch that. I would direct that.
think he like actually pulled the fucking
Munching.
wagons. That's how big he was.
we can start
Probably
writing the
did.
script, Jeremy.
Let's start working on it. Kevin Smith's new film, the trailer for his new movie Tusk is out, and that idea for that film was born out of an episode of one of his fucking millions of podcasts he does every week. Why don't we do this? We book Kane Hodder in to play what Amish man?
What do you think of Tusk? Because I know you watched the.
I did watch the trailer. I don't know what to make of it.
I don't
really
either.
have no fucking idea what to make
is
of it.
Justin Long and
I knew the exact same amount about Tusk as I did before the trailer. After I watched the trailer,
Yeah.
so I know
What
still
is-
nothing about it.
and Haley Joel Osment is in the movie. Now,
Just tell me that.
he's
last
not
night.
fucking worked since The Sixth Sense. He looks the same, but
He got
just-
fat, yeah.
yeah,
He
like
got funky fat.
he kind of grew up, but only kind of. It's a
I see dead people.
His head's
You're
really
out.
big.
the premise of the movie is it's two guys, Haley Joel Osment and Justin Long. They have a podcast, and Justin Long goes on the road. He wants to interview this guy who I think he calls himself Tusk,
Yeah.
and he gets there. It's the older gentleman, the leader of the church in Red State.
Yeah. Michael Parks.
Yes, and
From every Tarantino film ever.
so he starts to interview him, and then all of a sudden, Justin Long kind of gets drowsy, and then he falls over and he wakes up. And basically, it's a movie about him turning Justin Long into a
walrus.
human walrus.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a horror comedy, is what the genre has been tagged to it. So I don't know. I'm up in the air. I'll see it.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it just because it's Kevin Smith and I'm a big Kevin Smith fan.
I wonder if it'll be to theaters or if it'll go to Netflix like Red State basically did.
It
Red-
might. It
I
might.
don't know.
It probably have like a very limited release.
Yeah, I said it'll do a limited release.
I think Red State had a limited release too.
Yeah.
It was,
Did he
couple of-
crowdsource this one like he did with Red State, or
I don't know.
why didn't he really crowdsource the funding? I think he just took it on the road.
No, I
And
think
did showings of
I
it.
think he, for the most part, I mean, he, this was his baby. It, like you said, it was born on one of his podcasts,
Yeah,
and he just kind of ran with it. He wrote the script, and he got a green light. So
there you go.
Ugh.
I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it, so we're going to end on this really confusing note here.
I mean, this is like fucking Twilight Zone.
yeah, it's really unusual. We are the fucking Burg Nerds. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Lee.
I'm confused.
I'm Jordan.
Joe.
Would you fuck me?
Hulk Hogan, you can't fuck that.
Fuck you.
No, he can't.
The Burg Nerds. We were the Burg Nerds. Just sitting around talking about stuff. The Burg Nerds. That was the Burg Nerds. Just sitting around talking about shit.